yeah, I feel like I'm in the same spot that I was in before when I was doing a little montage clip. But I've read a lot more of the play and I couldn't put it down. Like I literally couldn't put it down. Today my boyfriend's running late, so I was like, okay, I can just sort of keep reading for a little bit longer. So I'm going to stop now because I've got to cook dinner. But I read to page 150. My note here is Nico is so shady. I didn't realize that this was like I didn't realize that there is a breakup in this. I didn't realize she had a boyfriend before she started hanging out with Hunter. I just thought it was friends to lovers. I didn't realize that she had a boyfriend. So obviously he did something shady and I'm keen to sort of figure that out. But yeah, it's quite fun, quite enjoyable. Yeah, very, very much entertaining. But yeah, I'm going to put this down now and cook dinner. I'll probably start reading Crescent City later, or probably Crescent City and There Is No Devil. So let's see what I pick up first. I don't know what it's going to be. But yeah, I'm going to check in with you guys tomorrow. Happy Friday, guys. I'm so tired. I've just been cleaning my house and I've known the now just sort of sat down a little bit. I have an annoying cat because he wants to be fed. It's almost dinner time. It's like 6:30. It's almost 6:30. So he wants to eat. But my boyfriend will be home soon and then we're going to have dinner. So I just need to finish cleaning our bedroom. But the rest of the house is clean. You can hear the washing going. It's good stuff. I haven't picked up the play today. I haven't picked up There Is No Devil. But I'm planning on staying up a bit late tonight and reading There Is No Devil. So, but I've started Crescent City finally, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a update, which there isn't great update. I had this last year sometime, and I put it down because I just couldn't get into it. I was really confused, couldn't get into it. I'm like 100 and something. I'm 113 pages in, and my note here says it is funny, and I'm intrigued, but I'm just as confused as before. There's so much world building. And obviously, like, there's quite a bit of a full-on like, reveal. I read this last night. My boyfriend was watching a movie, so I just sat down and read for about an hour and a half. That's when I finished this. Read all of that. But yeah, I'm still really confused, and I'm hopefully it'll make more sense soon. Hopefully. I really don't know. It's just a lot of world building, and I just sit here like, I'm confused about the layout of this city and everything that's going on. But whatever. But yeah, so it's Friday, it's cleaning day, so I always listen to either like podcasts or audiobooks, like whatever. I finished all my podcasts before, so I started an audiobook. I was going to start Romancing the Duke. But then I realized that this influencer came out with the book and I was like, I want to be a sticky beak and figure out what's, like, I want to know what's going on. Because, yeah, I just wanted to know. And she's a Melbourne influencer, her name's Sophie. And I wanted to know what's going on, like I said. And then I realized it was on script and I was like, sweet. I don't have to buy it. I don't have to get the audiobook on Audible and like use a credit. I can just listen to it on script. So that's what I've been doing. I'm about like 40, maybe 30% through it, like 30 to 40% through it. It's a bit different to what I was expecting. But it's okay. I'm going to keep listening to it while I clean the bathroom. So that's what I'm going to do next. And then, yeah, I'll probably listen tomorrow while I wash my disgusting hair and blow drying it. So, yeah, and then tomorrow. But yeah, I'll come in with an update tomorrow. I'm going to go finish cleaning now. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Happy Monday, folks. I am by myself for the next 2 days. I'm in my dressing gown because it is getting late. I'm going to cook dinner soon and eat dinner and watch Grey's Anatomy while I eat dinner. But then I'm going to read for like hours on end because I have no one to talk to, nothing else to do. And it's not often that it happens now that I live with my boyfriend. Back when I was still living at home, things were different. So obviously I went home on the weekend. So I didn't update. So I'm going to update you guys. I'm going to start with audiobooks that I read first. So that I finished. Then there was her. That was just me being a sticky beak. But then on my drive, I finished about on Saturday driving to Melbourne. I finished about half of the Romancing the Duke. This is the first book in the Castles Ever After. So 4 girls get gifted castles. I finished it this morning in the end. I didn't listen to the whole drive home yesterday because it was late and I just wanted some music to sort of pump me up and keep me awake. I gave it a 5 stars. I've never given a Regency romance 5 stars, but I was obsessed with it. I'm so obsessed with it. The tropes are like damaged hero or a scarred hero. I think the trope is for Regency historical romance. And forced proximity because, yeah, she gets gifted a castle. There is currently a duke living there and he doesn't want to give it up, and it's them falling in love in the castle while she won't leave. I loved the whole concept. I don't want to give it too much away because obviously that'll spoil it. I loved the ending. I loved it. I loved the epilogue. It's my favorite bit of the whole thing. In the Romancing the Duke, how she gets the castle is because her dad's an author. There is a man, an earl, I can't remember his name, an earl, that gives her a castle because she thinks that the girl of these stories, who is Izzy Nightingale, I want to say Nightingale, but it's not, Izzy Goodnight, it deserves a castle. So she gets given a castle, and then I just started to say yes to the Marquess, which is the next book in the series, and I've only just started it, and I can't even remember. I think the main girl's name is Cleo. I'm assuming this is going to be an enemies to lovers, because then her uncle, who is the same man, the Earl from the previous book, gifts her a castle. Very, very early stages than that. I'm a little bit ahead of my schedule that I had set for my audiobook because of all the driving. And then today I've just read a bit more of this. So I'm up to page 284. So I started the day at chapter 22 and then I read 29. So that's where I'm currently up to. We have just had the first steamy scene. So it took like 200 and something pages to get into the steaminess. I've said this, I enjoyed this much of it. I read it so fast. I was really entertained. I'm a little bit uncomfortable about, so if you've read the blurb, Demi is like trying to seduce the player who is Hunter. And well, after a while, she starts trying to seduce him. The way that all happens, I don't feel totally comfortable with. I don't totally love it, but it is what it is. It's a friends to lovers story. So, yeah, and yeah, there's a bit of also trigger warnings for like, I think I've said this as well. Probably did. I don't really know. It's been a few days. Trigger warnings for like familial abuse. But yeah, I didn't read any of this over the weekend because I'd gotten so far ahead. So I just picked it up again today. And then, yeah, so that's where I'm up to with the play. And then Crescent City, so House of Earth and Blood. I got up to 260 yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday at my mum's. Because I had a few hours to decide if we went to Mother's Day dinner. Sort of still starting, I'm still like really confused. Sort of starting to make sense on what's going on. I'm just a little bit like, there's a lot. It's a whole new world that I'm trying to understand because it's definitely not like an urban fantasy. It's definitely high fantasy. But definitely entertaining. I want to try and get to here tonight. So that's like 570. So that's like 300 pages, but we'll see. It's like 5:30 now. We make dinner and then I'll probably start this around 7, and I'll probably sit there for a good 3 hours reading it. So hopefully that means that I can read 300 pages. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, and I haven't picked up any of There Is No Devil. Still where I was on Saturday. But is what it is. I don't mind. But yeah, that's where I'm up to with that. And then little haul. I got in Twisted Hate. I'm really excited for this one. I said when I hauled this out in the other vlog, I think this is going to be one of my faves. I think it's a bit of it's an enemies to lovers, brother's best friend, enemies to lovers. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be, hi Monty. I think this is going to be really good. Obviously Twisted Love is brother's best friend as well. So the love interest in this is the male love interest in this is the brother to the female love interest in Twisted Love. So this is going to be really good. I'm really, really excited for this. I'm obsessed with indie published books because they just feel, the pulp of the paperback just feels so silky and smooth. But yeah, I'm going to cook dinner and then get into Crescent City. So I'm gonna leave this here on the couch and I'll check in with you guys when the action starts happening in Crescent City, because I'm still like really confused. So yeah. Oh my god, okay, it's probably a little bit dark. I'm finally sitting down. It's like 8 o'clock. I ate dinner, showered, slathered myself in creams, cleaned up, put washing on, put drying on. So there is a ton of noise going on in the background of this. So I'm going to put on some sounds on the TV. Actually, I probably should put my headphones in and put sounds on the TV. Like, listen to some like lo-fi beats. It's probably a smarter way to do it. That's what I'm going to do actually. Because otherwise this noise is going to annoy me. So yeah, let's get into this book. Okay, I moved to my room because I was too like paranoid being out there, being by myself. Okay, upon reflection, I've just done some TikToking, and apparently a lot of people were confused with Crescent City at the start. So it's not just me, which is good to know. Sorry, House of Earth and Blood. I keep saying Crescent City, but it's not Crescent City. I now understand all the places. It makes more sense. It's just really confusing. There is one TikToker that had like a full comprehensive guide. So I've just done a quick like scan without having to spoil myself. So I'm going to properly get into it now and really read. I feel like I'm not going to sleep tonight because I'm so paranoid being by myself. I'm a little baby. My cat is asleep on the bed, and yeah, got my headphones on so I don't hear shit, and I don't know if that's worse or better, but let's get reading properly. Okay, I am 326 pages in, so chapter 34. They're seeing like an oracle at the moment, which is interesting. Not really. There's sort of 2 points that I've noted that I think would be important later on. It's got to do with Bryce going to see the oracle. So that's going to be interesting. I think that's going to play a part in what is going to happen. I don't know what, but obviously something. Yeah, the book is very much slow. Like this is just how she writes. Very different from how Throne of Glass just takes so long to get to the action. But the first few novels where she was setting up everything, were quite small. So it's different. But I guess by now, most people that read SJM know how she writes, and they're used to her writing, and they know she writes really, really long books, like really, really long books. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Oh, I've still got a lot, but we'll see how much I can get in tonight. I'm drinking a Coke, so it'll probably keep me awake for a little bit longer. Okay, so I am at page 366, so I'm about to start the part 3 of the book. There was just a little reveal, so I'm going to put the timestamp to skip spoilers. But if you don't want spoilers, like, please, like, you've got your warning. So obviously there was a reveal about Sabine heading up the investigation about the disappearance of the horn. I had to think then. I have 2 theories on this point. I think either Sabine set up her daughter to take the fall, and that's what eventually got Danica killed. I don't think necessarily that Danica was killed by Sabine. I think that's just enough. Her getting killed is probably just an after effect of the matter. Or my second theory is that Sabine and Danica were working together to steal the horn. That is probably more likely. That's why I think like Danica hated her mum so much. She was putting on a front to show not to give away that they had done something bad. But that's just my theory right now. I don't know. But I'm going to start the next part and see where it goes. So I just had a little thought. I'm going to go to bed soon, but I'm loving the banter between Bryce and Hunt. I find it really entertaining. I love banter between, I guess, love interests. But I don't want to say love interest because SJM has such a habit of like teasing me with a relationship, thinking and making me think that this is the relationship that we're following through these books, and then changing it like in the next book or a couple books or whatever. Like I remember when I started reading Throne of Glass, I was like, oh yeah, I'm Team Kale, Team Kale. And then, no, that changed very quickly once I got to like Air of Fire and Queen of Shadows. So, I don't know. I don't want to ship them yet because I don't know. I just don't trust her. God, I look like a hot mess, but I am freezing. My study is so cold. Like, it doesn't get any sunlight and the heater doesn't work in there, which is really frustrating. So it's cold. I'm hoping there's supposed to be a plumber coming today to have a look at it, but I don't know. I just can't concentrate because I'm so tired and so cold. So I've just come out to the lounge room and I'm going to do about half an hour-ish of reading. But yeah, last night, I don't know if I updated. I can't remember because I was tired. I got to page 422 of her House of Earth and Blood. So page 44. And yeah, it's getting a bit sad. I'm definitely like, I'm going to put in a few more blue tabs because I'm getting quite sad. There's some, sad content. So yeah, I am definitely enjoying it. It's starting to sort of come into shape. But I think that from what I've read, sort of this book is more just sort of, there's not much overall plot. It's definitely, I feel like it's definitely a story of like self-discovery and healing and that kind of thing. But I'm definitely enjoying it. It's definitely, like I said, it's different from like, obviously very, very different from the ACOTAR series because that's definitely like a fantasy romance. And very different from Throne of Glass. Throne of Glass is very like plot driven, but it takes a while to get to the plot. The first 3 novels are just really like not slow, but like just different. There's not much happening in terms of overall, and it all comes into play later on. I really want to reread it soon, but I'll probably reread it next year, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, enjoying. This is good. So yeah, I'll pick that up later tonight. And then I've been doing my drink coffee in the morning. I've been reading the play, and that covers like what I've set for myself to read for each day. Because it's about half an hour. I spend half an hour reading this in the morning while I drink coffee. So I've got literally like, I don't know, 50. I've got literally just this little bit left. This is all I have left. Because there's like a little snapshot of the chase at the end of the book. So yeah, I am enjoying this. It's just Demi is really annoying me so far towards this part of the book. She's a bit sort of not entitled, but like just a bit self-righteous and thinks she's very special. So that I don't like in a female character, but it's entertaining. Hunter is very funny. But yeah, I am now going to sit here and read on my Kindle. I'm going to read There Is No Devil. I haven't picked it up since Friday. So I'm going to sit here and enjoy that because I'm really excited to read that. And I just want to zone out. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll check in with you guys. Hopefully I've made a good dent into this in the next half an hour or so. Maybe I'll just read to 12 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, check in with you guys later on. So it's a few hours later. I am showered and clean now. I'm by myself for a little bit longer. So I'm going to keep reading. So I'm going to pick up Crescent City first. I got to 46% of There Is No Devil. So I read like just short of 100 pages today, so far during the day. I was feeling really unwell, so I really read a bit of that. And then, so I want to read about this much. I don't know if that's possible. We'll see how far I get tonight. I might read like 150. I might read 150 odd pages. We'll see how I go. But I'm going to crack into this now. Then I'm going to read There Is No Devil later on. So yeah, I'm going to sit here and relax until my boyfriend gets home. So I'm on page 444 and they're talking about Hunt's power like crackling at his fingers and like the lightning or whatever it is. Lightning. And all I can think of is Thor when he's like struggling with his power. I don't remember which movie it was, but that's all I can think of. I just see Thor going, yeah, and then it was like, it's in Ragnarok when he's like chained down and it's just these little sparkles. That's exactly what I thought of. Okay, it is Wednesday morning. I finished the play while I was drinking my coffee this morning. I'm giving it a 3 stars. It's just, I didn't love it. It was enjoyable, like definitely enjoyable. I would read it. I would recommend it to someone that wanted to read this. But I think the off-campus series as a whole is better. And I think the first 2 of the Briar series are better than this, like 110%. Massive trigger warnings for family abuse, suicide, and cheating, which I didn't realize it had, but yeah, there's that. The familiar abuse is only addressed sort of in the first half, and then we kind of forget about it. There's a lot of things that sort of just are talked about in the first half and then dropped off in the second, and then all of a sudden these things happen in the last half that just came out of left field. So, I mean, if you really want to read it, read it. It's not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite, but yeah, that's it. Guys, it is Thursday morning. I stayed up all night last night finishing this. I am so tired, so I made a coffee and I'm gonna drink that in a minute. But I stayed up till like 12:30 reading this, and then I was watching TikToks about it like a sociopath. Don't mind the sound of my coffee machine. Because I read like for an hour and then I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll go to bed. But then at that hour mark, I was like, no, I can't stop. And I can't remember where it was where I was like, I don't remember the page number. I actually really don't remember which point it was when I was like, I can't stop. Because it's all just sort of blended into one, like the time frame. I am so glad I read this. I had such mixed emotions at the start because I just felt like it was just not as good as their other books. I just felt like it was slow. I was very confused, but upon like my TikToking and YouTubing after finishing it this morning, everyone was sort of confused at the start. Everyone was lost. Everyone was like, what is going on? But then I just sort of, it all just clicks into place at one point, and it takes a good half of the book for the good stuff to happen, in my opinion. But the last like third, oh my God. I had theories about how Danica died and what happened. And I thought that I'm going to do spoilers because I can't talk about this without talking about spoilers. So, obviously, yeah. I thought that Sabine was involved in Danica's murder, Danica's death. And I thought it was something to do with the horn. I did not expect anything to do with Synth or Micah at all. I don't know why. I just didn't think about it. I don't know what it was. But then when we get the reveal that Danica killed the pack herself because she was high on Synth, I was like, there's no way. Like, that was just like, no way. And like the whole setup with Hunt, yeah, that's when I was like, I can't put this down. Because I really just wanted to know what happened. And like Hunt being on the boat, I was just like, what is going on? It was just not what I thought would be. The micro reveal at the end, I was like, I audibly gasped. It was like 11 o'clock at night. My boyfriend was asleep and I was sitting right next to him. And I was like, I should probably be quiet. But I was just like, what? And like, I did not expect the horn to be inside Bryce. I was not expecting that at all. And I was about like maybe 100 pages away from the end. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I won't give this a 5-star. Maybe it'll be a 4-star because of how much I struggled to get into it. No, it's a 5-star book. Everything about it is a 5-star. And I think, obviously, yeah, it's definitely slow. And I've seen reviews, people say like, oh, it didn't need to be as long, blah, blah, blah. But I think it did. I think we needed to go through the journey that Bryce went on and really connect with the characters so that when we got to the end, we were like stunned and shocked. Some people obviously can pick up on the spoilers. Some people can pick up on the foreshadowing. I didn't pick up on a lot of it. Whether that's just because I'm really out of touch with my fantasy reading or I'm just dumb, I have no idea. But 5 stars, I'm obsessed, and I can't wait to pick up Sky and Breath. So it was fantastic. I am obsessed with this book. So that's my thoughts. I'm going to drink my coffee now and read on my Kindle. I'm going to try and finish There Is No Devil today. That is my plan. I plan on spending a few hours reading this over the course of the day. So that is what I'm going to get into. So let's get reading. The weekend was crazy. I fully planned of picking up House of Sky and Breath in this vlog, but I'm doing the next weekly reading vlog because I haven't started it yet and I wanted to finish this vlog on Thursday. So I picked up the Dare and I have about just over halfway through it, so I've got this much left. So I'll finish this on like Thursday or something. So got that. I'm enjoying this. It's funny, I feel very seen by like Taylor, because obviously like she's a plus size, but I doubt she probably is plus size. I doubt she's probably just a normal size girl rather than a skinny little mini girl. And I felt really seen because she's blonde and she's got big boobies, and that's just how I felt as a teenager, early 20s, dating, and that guys didn't want me because I didn't look like anyone else. And then when they did want me, they just objectified me because of my body. So definitely, and I think when you find that guy that really likes you for you and is attracted to you in your body, they really show it rather than just being objectifying you. They like you for your body. They're attracted to you because your body, they're not objectifying you. So I'm enjoying this more than the play for sure. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. That's where I'm up to with that. On the weekend, I finished 2 books. I finished, what's it called? Say Yes to the Marquess. I'm going to put in a photo wherever, which way. Finished that. I rated it a 3 stars. It's like a friends to enemies to lovers story. I really hope we get a story within the Tessa Dare universe about Cleo's little sister. I think she's like, or maybe on the spectrum, or has some sort of neurodivergent traits or some sort of, she's not like atypical. She's definitely a little bit different in terms of the way she copes and has things. So maybe she just has anxiety. I'm unsure. Obviously, it's never addressed. So I hope we get a story of her somewhere in the universe. I'm unsure if we do or not. But I gave it a 3 stars. It was enjoyable. Not my favorite. And then today I started When the Scot Ties the Knot, whatever it's called. And I'll insert that up there because I went for a walk, which you would have seen. So yeah, I started that today. And it's fun so far. It's Marriage of Convenience. Definitely very enjoyable. And the whole concept is very funny to me. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. Probably not as much as Romancing the Duke, but I like it. And then on Saturday night, I did a crazy thing. I finished There Is No Devil. I enjoyed it. It was very like thrillery, suspensey at the end. Gave it a 4 stars. I definitely really like Sophie Lark's writing. Probably not my favorite series, like style of series ever. It started raining. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I did definitely enjoy it. 4 stars overall series, like really good series. And then I finished that at like, I don't know, 10 or 11 p.m. at night. And I picked up Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, which I was supposed to start like that week as well. But I stayed up until 1 a.m. reading that book. I could not put it down. Everything about it felt so real. I'm going to order it in the physical copy. I went to go and try and buy it physically on Sunday. I went to I went to Kmart and I went to QBD to see if they had it, but they don't have it. They can't get the rights or something for it. So I'm going to have to order it on Amazon. But I felt all the feelings of being a teenager and falling in love with this boy that's very secretive and likes the beach and is rich, and just, I felt transported back to like one of my first boyfriends, being so young, and just like their behavior and the way they connect. I just felt like, wow. It just took me back to those nostalgia feelings. Obviously the story is very different. I did not expect the bloody twist at like 80% into it, but I loved it. I loved it. It's 5 stars. Highly recommend. I finished it on Sunday and I cried at the end. It was just so beautiful. I am obsessed. Like, Bea is amazing. The story is amazing. Definitely. I loved It Ends With Us and Ugly Love, but this was just 10 times better. 10 times better. It was just, in terms of just how I felt about it and my personal feelings rather than just the story itself. But the story itself was amazing. I am obsessed. I will reread it again like 100 times over. Obsessed with it. But I did obviously go out on the weekend on Sunday, like I said. So I picked up some books. But firstly, I finally got Midnight Mass delivered to my house. So that'll go with the rest of the books. But yeah, definitely a series I'm starting very soon. I think I'm starting the Twisted series before I start this series. But we'll see. And then from Kmart, I got The Roommate by Rosie Dannon. I think this is like it's a forced proximity
roommate style, I'm pretty sure. And I think he's a adult film star, something along those lines. But yeah, the writing is bloody tiny. Like, I feel like I'm reading a Bible. But yeah, interested in this. I think it'll be a fun read. So that will hopefully come up soon. Or I'll take it with, maybe it might be the one book that I take with me overseas. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm enjoying that. And then I've got the Song of Achilles because I have Circe and I haven't read either of them, but I want to read them. I love Greek mythology. I just haven't gone to this yet. So I've got the physical version, so I have nothing holding me back now. This I picked up, not usually my style of book, but it's set in Melbourne. It is by a Melbourne author. I don't know much about it. I just saw it and I was like, I'm just going to get this. But I think, so on the back it says, it's two perfect people. They're trying for a baby, have a happy life. She's got a successful career. And then her husband dies in an accident and he's found like a gay sauna. So it'll make you question on what lies beneath the appearance of perfection. So I think it's really interesting. I've definitely
on the couch because I'm freezing. I'm reading a little bit before I start cooking dinner, but I'm reading Confidence of Wildflowers. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm on the early stages of the book I'm 33 pages in it, but I really like this book so far. Like, I love the positive relationships between the mum and the sister and the daughter. Like, so the mum and the two daughters, and then the main character and her best friend. I love that. It's giving me very much like Gilmore Girls vibes. Like, yeah, very much like her current boyfriend reminds me of Dean, and the love interest, obviously, like, I'm assuming he's a love interest later on, but the next door neighbor, he's an older man, and he just reminds me of Jess, like very grumpy and moody. So that's what I'm getting from it so far. Told you guys we did NF the other book. And that's really it. I'm not going to update you guys on this again because I'm going to focus it more in my next vlog. And then tomorrow I'm going to quickly wrap up my thoughts on the Dare because I've almost finished that. But yeah, generally I've given you guys all my updates on the other books. So this will almost be the end of this reading vlog, and then we'll start a new one on Friday. I'm excited. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning with my thoughts for the Dare. The Dare. Hey guys, so it is Thursday and I just finished the Dare. So I'm gonna wrap up everything that I read. There was 8 books. So I read 3 physical books, 3 audiobooks, and 2 ebooks. And there was diverse ratings across the board. There was a couple of 5 stars, a few 3 stars, and a few 4 stars. So let's start with the physicals. There was 3 of them. I read House of Earth and Blood, The Play, and the Dare. So obviously I just finished the Dare just this morning. Both of these books got a 3 stars. They're just not the same as the first 6 in the series. I just preferred the first 6 in the series. The Play, I think I loved the friendship between Hunter and Demi. That's what gave it the 3 stars. They had a really nice friendship and I liked that. And then the Dare was also 3 stars. This could have easily been a 4-star for me, but the use of the miscommunication trope twice just put it down for me. Yeah, 3 stars. I just prefer the other 6 in the series, in the universe, I should say. I love Brenna and I love Summer in terms of Briar Yu. I think they just are hilarious, but yeah, I think I prefer Off Campus overall in general. Like, I liked that friend group better. Then I read House of Earth and Blood. Wow. This was a ride. I started this last year, read 100 and something pages, and I was like, I'm confused, and I put it down. And I really fell out of love with fantasy. This is definitely making me feel fantasy vibes, and I just want to read fantasy all the time. It's different. It's very, very different. It's like a city. So people keep calling it urban fantasy. It's not urban fantasy. It is still high fantasy because it lives in another dimension. My understanding of urban fantasy is like a series like The Shadowhunters and Harry Potter. It's set in our world, but it's fantasy. So that's my interpretation of urban fantasy. This is high fantasy because it's in a different
universe. I understand why people call it urban, because it's in a city rather than like, you know, a village, how other fantasy books are. But it is very, very good. The twists and the turns that you make in like the second half. I am trash for Sarah J Maas. Like I am, and I'm not going to lie about it. So one of my faves. Love it. Then I'll go to my ebooks. So I read 2 ebooks. I read Heartbones and I read There Is No Devil. Heartbones I gave it 5 stars. Holy crap. I'm so glad I picked that up. I picked it up on last Saturday night and I just couldn't put it down. So that was a 5 star. I'm not going to talk about it too much. I know I did talk about it a bit earlier in the week. But I think with Colleen Hoover books, it's really good to go in blind and you just go like, whoa, crazy. But there's a lot of trauma. Check your triggers. For a lot of her books and a lot of the books in general, there are triggers. I can't remember them off the top of my head. If I remember, I'll put them down below. And then There Is No Devil. I obviously finished the duet by Sophie Lark. There Is No Devil I gave 4 stars. It was enjoyable. It's not a beautiful, like it's not an immaculate story, so it doesn't need a 5 star in my opinion. It didn't really it wasn't my favorite, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a wild ride, and that's why I get the 4 stars, because I really had fun, like a fun time reading it. I'd never read anything like it. My audiobooks, I read 3. I read 2 of the Castles Ever After series. So I read the Romancing the Duke and Say Yes to the Marquess. Romancing the Duke is a 5 star. I read that in 2 days because I was driving. I loved it. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful story. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved the story. And then I read Say Yes to the Marquess. I really enjoyed it. It was a 3 star, not my favorite, but it's just not the same. I didn't get the same feelings. It was a friends to enemies to lovers, I guess. It just didn't feel the same. It just felt something just didn't click for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. Please stick around for more because I am just in my reading era and I'm really enjoying reading again, which is just great. I'm loving to read all kinds of genres again rather than just college sports romance, which was what I was reading for just a while. Like nothing else. But yeah, I hope you guys stick around. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.